And then he said to me these nice words that, Manuel, you can make a fortune with this music. And I said, okay. So I took the tape and went back to Berlin and thought maybe some other time or maybe some other place. And then it was by accident, and 2 years later, that Klaus Schulze, that he was quite often in Berlin at the time because he had connections and so many friends. And he told me that he wanted to establish a new label, but he had sold his first label, the team, which had to become a very big label, and it was too much for him. He didn't want it anymore. So he wanted to create a new, very small label, that was the name Team. And he asked me if I would join. If we can get some music. And then I remembered the EP4 or the tape, and then it was released very small, very low, on a very low level, and it got increased over the years. It got bigger, 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 bigger. Rather always increasing.
That's right. It would have been, it would have been impossible to anticipate the success that album that is sit in your hard drive for a couple of years before Klaus Schulze took over, and now I heard other interview where that it plays on discos and it plays in New York, and you say, wow, that could
be a story. That in the beginning it was in Germany or here in Berlin. I got very, very bad reviews that I missed everything in the development. I should better listen to the Depeche Mode. They know the modern electronic. Well, nothing against the Depeche Mode, but this is something very different. And funny is that many years later I found out that the manager, or later the record chief of the Depeche Mode, he was at our Ash Ra concert in Regent's Park in 1977.
Wow.
He was very attracted by the music. Maybe not by our music, but by the style to play with drums, some sequencers, synthesizers, so there was an influence. But funny thing about E2E4 is also the title or the name E2E4 I had before I had the music. It came up to me one day when I was thinking only about one part is from the chess game, this opening, the most popular opening from a chess game, is E2E4.
That's right.
But there was also a relation when my first experiences with computers. I had a small Apple personal computer, and I was trying to program it and to make my own program, to write programs in this language, basic and then machine language. Then you get used to hexadecimal systems, which count not only to 10 but to 16 with letters A, B, C, D, E, F. And I make combinations of letters and then name little programs with this letter and number. This was the second, and the third was taken from the first Star Wars film was out, and I've seen it. There was this little robot called R2D2. So this is also a combination of letter and number. And it's a robot, but it's also a program.
Sure.
So I thought that E2E4 is a great title, but maybe one day I have a nice music and then I call it E2E4. So when some years later I had the E2E4, I had this tape, I thought, okay, this is the right tape to call it.
So you mentioned that.
Other way, it's most of the time it's the other way around. You have some music, great music, and then you think, oh, but I have to find a name for the music.
Yeah, that's right.
What do I call it music?
So you mentioned before that, although for all of us, E2, E4 is very important. For you was one of many, right, that you were at the time. Because are there others? I mean, at the time you put E2, E4, you did have many other records. I mean, many other recordings, right? And you went to Virgin and you showed them. If they're well, maybe your hard drive or your computer, you might have other treasures that nobody in the world has seen it. Or no?
Yeah.
You go back to the old stuff and listen to.
Yes, sometimes, yes. Well, yes, I still have some, or quite a few in my archive. I had released in the 90s, the six CDs, the private tape.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. That's the best of. That's a double.
This is the best of. The other four. There's a series of six. They are 222, and then the best. The other are very hard to get.
Well, that was a limited edition, and it was sold out after some months, and so we never made it again.
This is very good stuff. Very good stuff. I need to get all the
I
other
want
one.
to re-release that too. Yeah. So this is still out of print, and this is one of the next that I will make that we will make on my label.
Yeah.
And there's also there were on the original. There are some original concert recordings with Klaus and Harmut and me. And I still have the original tapes, and I want to make also a series of these 5 or 6 concerts, original Ash Ra Tempel from 1970 or 71.
Have you ever played here in the United States, Manuel, or not? Have you played here?
Yes, I have. I performed in 2008 in New York.
In New York, right? Yeah.
Yes, I was invited for a festival which was also celebrating minimal music, and this was at the Lincoln Center, open air, outdoor. There were about 10,000 people, 9,000 or 10,000 people in the rain, and it was. It was accompanied by the Joshua Light Show. I don't know. You know the Joshua Light Show?
No.
No. Okay, you missed it because Joshua made Light Show in the 1969, 1970 at Fillmore East.
Oh, I see.
Fillmore East was a legendary club where everyone was performing. It was created by Bill what was his name? Bill Graham.
Yeah.
Bill Graham was one of the biggest promoters in the United States. He first made a Fillmore West in San Francisco, where Jack the Jet performed, Jefferson Airplane, then Santana.
I see.
Yeah. And then he founded the Fillmore West. And there was really everyone, like Jimi Hendrix. That's a legendary Jimi Hendrix recording from Fillmore West at New Year's Eve, 1970. They played the Doors, the Who. And Joshua was doing a light show. He created a light show with his slides and projection from behind the typical psychedelic light show that really popular everywhere, and that this was really installed and fixed in the it was built in the theater, so it was not for moving. And so he made this for 2 or 3 years, but then he retired, and no, he not retired, he stopped it, but he went to TV. He was many years on TV, and after that he made interesting programs on TV. And then he retired, and then he found back to making light shows, and he created again light shows. And someday I got a contact with him. He contacted me and said if we would like to make something together, and I was really shocked or fascinated because I'm much younger, and so I was not speaking what happened.
Sure.
So he said, yeah, he had some shows in Italy, but it was too short for me. So, and then 1 year later, I had this invitation from the Lincoln Center to perform, and then I thought, well, maybe we can go in there. So I asked him if he would like to join. He liked the idea. So we performed in this big outdoor place with a huge shell as a stage, on stage, a kind of shell in the background. It was a big stage with a big orchestra. So I was performing solo, between four. I was the only musician, and there were 7 people from the light show on stage. Usually it's the other way around. It's 7 musicians and 1 is doing the light show. We have recordings from that. We have videos. And I played 2 more concerts. I played one in Philadelphia. It's from a guy, Jacques Fanzu. He had a radio station for many years, radio programs, I think. And I also performed a club concert with Joe Clausel. He's a famous DJ and producer and rearranger and mixer, and he owned this club, and I invited him for my birthday party in Berlin, and when I was in New York I played at his club. I didn't play before that, I played a mixed program. That's a very nice concert. I like it. We had prepared, no, not prepared. We were in discussion with somebody last year for making tours again, and he wanted to look for dates and maybe arrange something. But then Corona came up, and
yeah. So little by little. So after the concert with Hans Rodelius next week. Is there an agenda for you to, there are new events coming up from, 2022, as far as you know? Would you like to do a series of a concert in Berlin or in German in general? Or is there a plan for that?
Yeah, no, with concerts, I don't know. The concert in Cologne Philharmonic, this will be played as soon as possible, so it's now delayed for nearly 2 years, but they still hold on it, and they want to make it with concert in London. I hope so that it will be. I'm very sure that there will be more concerts again in the future. So, and and for that, as long I concentrate on the re-releases. I mean, we have now Schwingung. Next year, I want to make this original first Ash Ra Tempel with the original nice cover.
Yeah.
Then make again the 7 Up album. I have already some additional material from 7 Up rehearsals, and so I don't know if I will use it, but maybe as a bonus or separately, because I like with re-releases, I like to have it very original. I don't like to change it, or I don't like to add more titles or more tracks. So I really want to have it in my catalog in its original form as much as possible. And then the concerts with Klaus and Harmut, which must be 5 or 6 albums. Or vinyls, I understand really with the private tapes. There are more.
But you have the master recorded, the master tape to go back to original and remastered and.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some cases they're not that easy to go back to whatever the master tape or a record label has it will be difficult to get the original tape, right?
No. I have master tape for maybe all of it.
Yeah, I see.
Yes. So I started recording my own. Since I started recording my inventions, I have my own studio. So anyway, I have all the tapes.
Yeah.
And from the very early concerts, I got. Yes, I had some. I kept some tapes. I got some more from a friend in France who had a tape from the Paris concert.
Wow.
From Berlin who had a tape. This were bootleg tapes, yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the quality it doesn't matter. It's a historic value. So.
Yeah. Yeah. These two albums, Manuel for Concert for Humans,
Yeah.
and this one died. I don't know how to pronounce it in German, but
Wilde.
Wounded. Yeah,
Wilde.
very good albums, man. I like that. It's different, but
Wilde
still,
is a river in
right?
that's a river in Saxony, and I played music for an installation of a friend of mine. She made an installation of mirrors, 34 mirrors in the country,
Yeah.
and I performed some minutes music to it. And initially it should have been only 10 minutes, but then I played for 40 minutes. I recorded it. And Concert from Mona it's a music I performed live with an orchestra for an old black and white Mona. That's a movie from 1921. I think the second big movie from Mona, famous director. And there was no score, it's a kind of criminal story called the Haunted Castle in English title. And it's a funny story. I was interested in it because my wife was doing films for many years, and she's a producer, director, and she had also made films about history, German history, but also about music.
Yeah.
And she had made a film about one of the last survivors or the last silent movie pianist who was still alive some years ago, who originally played in the 1920s with silent movies. He began to play again when he was 60, 70 years old, and he still played when he was 105. He was still accompanying live performances of movies. And great. Now he died, but she made a film about him, a documentary.
Wow.
And this was interesting to hear because he was also only improvising. There were no scores. So he just played the pictures, what he saw, what he had seen on the screen, the situation or the atmosphere. So he just played like this. He just started playing. Yeah. I like it.
Your wife told me that you were. I never told you, Manuel, but I was born in Chile, and I came to the United States to study, and I ended up staying here. And your wife told me that you some years ago you guys were in Chile at the Goethe Institute. I think she was presenting some of her films there, and people in Latin America they love your music, and they love electronic music, and Tangerine Dream and Klaus Schulze and Peter Baumann and all that. In Latin America, a lot of people like electronic music. It's unbelievable. If you go there, they will keep you for a week. You will play every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and people will not get bored. You can do 7 gigs in a row and then go to Argentina, go to. So, do you have any memories from the trip?
Yes, I have. from Chile, I have, yes. It was very nice. We were, I was showing the carousel at the Goethe Institute. And then we were traveling around, and I had some contacts there already from the 1970s. There were fans sending me letters and asking, and I was sending them some records and so on. So I had some contacts there, and even I had some private contacts. So we went very up to the north to Iquique.
Yeah.
And then back through the Atacama Desert.
Yeah.
And very interesting. And then to the south, we took a train to Temuco.
Yeah, wow. Very good.
I don't remember. And then really to the south to Punta Arenas, Puerto Montt. So we had all the 3,000 kilometers, all the coastline. And it was really interesting. And we stayed about 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And we are still friends with the girl at the time who worked at the Goethe Institute.
Yeah.
She married a diplomat, a Chilean, and they have children, and we sometimes meet, and they invited us to he's with Italy, and he was in Vietnam, and he is a Chilean ambassador.
I got you. Yeah. In Chile, there is a big German community in the south of Chile. There are around 10,000 families. That's me. So my family ancestor came from Munich. So my mother's last name is Hoferberg. So in 1882, there was a big migration from Germany to the south of Chile, and Italians went to Argentina. So in the south of Chile is right now about, I don't know, maybe 10,000 families. So there are many schools that are, talk German. The kids learn Spanish at home, but they're in school in German. So it's a big, big German. That's what my ancestor came. One of the other reasons that I want to go to Germany is that, I want to visit you and all the other musicians interview in Germany, but I always go to Munich to see the grave where my ancestors came from. So
Yes, of course, yeah, great, yeah. You never been to?
Huh?
You never been to Munich before?
Oh no, I have been a couple times. Yeah, in Berlin never. I've been in Dusseldorf, in Cologne, in Munich. Never in Berlin. Never in Berlin. And Berlin, I would go crazy because all the the beginning of electronic music probably started there in Berlin. So
yeah, you know that from this studio, beach studio, electronic beach studio.
I saw the name, right? It's still there. Exists still?
No. But there was an effort to make a plate. It's still a school, and they mounted a plate outside of the school. Here was the beach studio where Tangerine, Ash Ra Tempel, Klaus Schulze. This was initiated by some people, very nice, and so we had unfortunately it was not possible to have a big party because of Corona. It was last December. I think you can see that when you go to my website. I think it should be there under the news. So it was 1 year ago or something.
Okay.
It's still it was not existing, but it was a nice event because the former leader or teacher at the beach studio, he's still alive. He lives in Switzerland. He was not coming, but he has sent a video message, and very nice. Thomas Kessler. Vinnish has sent a video message with Ulrich was there. It was nice. You can see that.
Have you the people that you play with Tangerine Dream for the real make, have you ever played with Edgar Froese? I mean, besides Klaus Schulze, have you ever played with Edgar Froese or Peter Baumann or Ulrich Now or any of them? Any of them? No, no. Have you? No.
No, I mean Edgar was more 10 years older than me, so it was a different thing, and he had his group, and I mean we were quite often, we met quite often in the beginning because we were both in this big studio, and then we were of course with the same record company or music production. So we met at meetings and in studios, and yes, but we never performed. We performed separately. We played this the concert in Paris. The first concert was in Paris. We played Ash Ra Tempel, Tangerine, and Klaus Schulze solo. So we all met there. And I also knew Baumann, of course, and I knew very well Christoph Franke, who played many years with Edgar. Before he moved. We had some nice meetings, and I knew him from his initial band Agitation 3. He was the drummer in the beginning of the band Agitation 3. And they were kind of schoolmate.
Gotcha. So you, how we doing on time? You still have another couple minutes, or?
Okay.
Get your coffee, get your water, Good. And so I was thinking, you have played in so many places, so many venues with a lot of different artists. Is any particular concert that you look back in your life, Manuel, and you say, man, that concert in London was the best time I ever played because the music was great, the atmosphere was great. Is any particular memory of if you can pick one or two concerts that you have done? Probably.
It's just many concerts. For example, one concert I remember very well, I like very much, was my first solo concert when I performed, when I had released New Age of Earth in France in 1976. I was invited for a tour, and this was my first tour that I played solo on stage, so without a band. And I remember the concert at the legendary Bataclan in Paris, which became now famous, sadly famous with his attacks from in 2 years ago. No, it was 2 years. No, it was more ago. Some years ago. And I remember this concert because it was really nice, and the audience was so enthusiastic about this, and I couldn't believe it. I had such a long applause, and I couldn't believe it. I remember that. That was nice. But there are many more. There's so many nice concerts in Japan on this big festival that I like very much. But also the concert at the Lincoln Center, for example. So everything is special. It's difficult to say some of course you remember some little things here and there, but there's so many concerts now. I've played many concerts in the last years again, so this is, I had not so many concerts in the 1980s and 1990s.
I have never seen you playing live, so I know your music from the records, obviously, but hopefully one day I will have the opportunity to see you playing live. In December or next year, I plan to go many times to Germany in the next year. So hopefully I will see you live one day. And
yeah, of course, somewhere maybe.
you need to keep on playing. Don't retire, Manuel. You have many years from you and many people all over the world that love your music, man. So the corona will go away hopefully soon, and then you can enjoy re-releasing your albums and play live and playing with a lot of great people. There are so many great musicians in Germany as well, like yourself. I mean, they gotta for people that like electronic music.
No, definitely I will.
Your wife need to keep you healthy so you can keep forever. I need to talk to the governor of Berlin and make a statue of Manuel Göttsching with the E2 E4 playing like that with the hand with the keyboard or something.
Good.
Well, it was very nice talking to you. It's such an honor for me for the radio. This is interview number 100. So when I talked to your wife, I wanted to do something special. That's why there is Manuel Göttsching and nobody else. So I'm very grateful for your time and say hello to your wife and I will see you in a couple of months. I'm quite sure we'll go out to dinner and then get some beer. You like Chilean wine? You like wine or you're a beer?
I liked wine for many years. I stopped. I had so much wine, and now I'm more with beer. Yes. But I stopped alcohol completely for 10 years.
Really? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was very good. I think it was a good thing. And since then, I think some beer.
Yeah. Well, we'll get together in Germany for dinner with your wife, and then.
I remember Chilean wine.
Huh?
I remember Chilean wine. Yes, when we were there, I was still drinking wine. I remember that. But what I wanted to ask you, this is a radio program?
Yeah. So I began doing during the pandemic in September last year. I opened one radio about soft rock. Then I opened another radio in jazz and rock. Then I opened an electronic music radio. And then I began for the jazz and rock, I began doing interviews. So what I do once this interview is over, I will send you the direct link for your social media account or whatever. I will upload the video to the website and then do one special about Manuel Göttsching and special about Ash Ra Tempel. I would use the private tapes and maybe 2 E4 play for entirety and I some that's the idea. The idea is for interview great musician and for you to benefit, and I will put the link of Ash Ra Tempel as well so people can buy records from the website and stuff like that. I want you to benefit.
Okay.
But it was very nice talking to you, Manuel. Say hello to your wife again, and then I will see you in a couple months in Berlin, man. We'll go out to dinner. Thank you very much for your time, Manuel. Have a great evening. Thank you.
And you think it has all recorded?
Yeah, I will stop the recording for now.
No, I just asked if it's all fine with the recording.
Quality. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, everything well.
Good. Okay, then. Thank you and see you.
See you very soon. Thank you again, Manuel. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Very good.